My name is Amir. I grew up in a small town where almost nobody spoke English. At school, English was just another subject for me, and honestly, I was not good at it. The words looked strange, the grammar rules felt confusing, and every time my teacher corrected me, I felt smaller. I was shy to speak. I was afraid to make mistakes. One day, my cousin visited from abroad. He spoke English fluently. I listened to him carefully as he talked with tourists who passed through our town. They smiled at him, thanked him, and treated him with respect. He sounded so confident. I admired him. Deep down, I wished I could speak like that, but I doubted myself. Not long after, a traveler stopped me on the street. He asked me for directions in English. I froze. I could not say a single word. I just smiled nervously. He looked confused and walked away. My heart sank. At that moment, I made a decision. I must learn English. I must try, even if it feels impossible. That decision changed everything. I began with small steps. Every day, I wrote down 5 new English words in a notebook. I repeated them again and again. At night, I whispered them before I went to sleep. Slowly, the words began to stay in my memory. My vocabulary grew. With each new word, I felt a spark of pride. That spark kept me going. I turned to music. I started listening to English songs. At first, I did not understand the lyrics, but the rhythm made me happy. I replayed the chorus many times, trying to catch each word. Sometimes I sang along, and my accent sounded funny, but I laughed at myself and continued. Music made learning fun, and fun made me continue. Movies became my second teacher. I watched them with subtitles. I matched the sounds with the text, paused when I heard new words, and wrote them down. Sometimes I repeated the lines out loud, even acting like the characters. Slowly, my speaking improved. Confidence grew with each movie I watched. I also spoke to myself in English. I stood in front of a mirror and pretended I was giving a speech. Hello, how are you? I asked myself. I'm fine, thank you, I replied. At first, it felt silly, but soon it became natural. My mouth began to shape English sounds more easily. Practice made me better, and better made me stronger. Then I joined an online English group. People from many countries gathered to practice together. Sometimes we made mistakes, but nobody laughed. Everyone supported each other. I met friends from faraway places, and through English, we shared culture, ideas, and dreams. English connected us like a bridge. One friend invited me to a video call. My heart beat fast, my hands shook, but I accepted. Hello, my name is Amir, I said nervously. He smiled and answered. We talked slowly, using simple words. He understood me. I understood him. That day, I realized something important. I could actually communicate in English. My English was not perfect, but it was enough. Enough to connect, enough to grow, enough to continue. I started setting new goals. I challenged myself to read 1 English book, to watch 10 English videos, to write a short diary every day, and to speak at least a few sentences daily. I kept track of my progress, and I celebrated small victories. Each step pushed me higher, closer to fluency. Of course, there were struggles. Sometimes I forgot words, sometimes my grammar was wrong, and sometimes people did not understand me. I felt frustrated. I even thought about quitting. But then I remembered my cousin, I remembered the traveler, and I remembered my dream. I stood up again. I began to see mistakes differently. They were no longer failures. They were lessons. Each mistake taught me something new. Each error shaped my learning. I even started smiling at my mistakes and saying, "Thank you, mistake, for teaching me." That mindset made learning lighter and joyful. Soon, my English reached a new level. I could read simple stories and understand the main ideas. I could write paragraphs without stopping. I could join conversations with friends. People noticed my progress. They said, "Wow, you improved." Their words gave me motivation. Motivation gave me energy, and energy pushed me forward. Teaching others became part of my journey. I helped my younger brother with English homework. I shared my learning tips with classmates. I encouraged my friends who felt shy like I once did. Teaching made me stronger. Explaining made me smarter. Sharing made me happier. English became part of me. It was no longer an enemy. It was my friend. One day, another tourist came to my town. He asked for directions in English. This time, I smiled with confidence and answered clearly. He understood me, thanked me, and walked away. My heart filled with pride. I had change. I was no longer the shy boy who stayed silent. I was someone who could help others through English. I joined a larger English club, where we discussed travel, culture, and even our dreams. I felt free in English. My world became bigger. I could connect with anyone, watch more videos, and read more books. English was opening doors I never imagined. Even my teachers noticed. They asked me to give a short speech in class. At first, I felt nervous, but I agreed. I stood in front of everyone and spoke about my journey of learning English. The class listened carefully, and when I finished, they clapped. That applause was one of the proudest moments of my life. English gave me confidence. Step by step, I became fluent. I never stopped practicing. I learned new words every day, listened to English podcasts, and watched the news in English. I spoke with friends online. English became part of my daily life. It was no longer just a subject in school. It was a tool for success, a key to freedom, a door to the world. Looking back, I smile at my journey. I remember the struggles, the embarrassing moments, the mistakes, and the frustrations. But I also remember the small victories, the songs I sang, the movies I watched, the conversations I joined, and the friends I made. Every step mattered. Every effort mattered. Every mistake mattered. They all shaped me into who I am today. Now I can say proudly, I love English. I am not perfect, but I am confident. I am not finished, but I am growing. English has given me opportunities I never imagined. It has given me courage, friends, knowledge, and hope. And if you are reading my story, I want to tell you something. If I could do it, so can you. If a shy boy from a small town can speak English, then you can too. Start small. Take one word, one sentence, one step at a time. Enjoy the journey. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate your progress. Love your mistakes. Never give up, because English is not just a language. It is a bridge. It is a door. It is a new life waiting for you.